Hey gang, Gameface here, and I am back in Planet Coaster. And yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing today. Hey Marcus, welcome back. Let me see here. Let me get some Planet Coaster music going here. Megan Nico, Death Bruce, welcome to the stream. Or back to the stream, I should say. So, today, I'm basically continuing where I've left off. Just I'm going to be doing some different stuff. I'm finding, like this turned out really good. The spookiness that we added down here. You can't hear it because I've got it paused. What do I use to stream? I use XSplit. If that's what you mean, what software do I use? I use XSplit Broadcaster. So, I need more lighting. I would just, whoa. It's probably not good. Look, all that's one building. Who did this? Wasn't me. Okay, I guess it was me. Yeah, I guess there's videos of out there of me actually doing this. What about Gamecaster? I don't know. I've never used it. Never used it. There's something about this that I needed. And I can't remember what it was. Okay, what do we want here? I want this, but I don't want it like that. Definitely needs to be straight up and down. Yeah, I'm gonna finish Red Dead. Even though the whole, yeah. It probably won't be tonight. It'll probably be during the week. I think tonight I'm gonna play Vane. 'Cause I'm really enjoying that. So tonight will be Vane. I don't even want to guess what tomorrow will be. I'm guessing I would say Planet Coaster in the morning. Red Dead Revolver. Okay, I need stuff around here. I need to finish all this in order to continue with what I'm doing. This is going to be awful. I guess this is just going to have to be done piece by piece. Good. I was like, it looks like it's angled in, but no, it is actually angled in. That's not good. That would mean this whole thing is crooked. Like this whole thing. All of it. But I have a solution. Oh, I thought I had a solution. I'm not going to move it. Just leave it like that. I know what you mean. Windows are bad. Okay. One at a time, you say. Why does that seem like yeah, like what's going on here? Very crooked. That looks better. It's a bit better. I don't know why I left that there. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do 4 of these at a time either. Oh. Okay. What is next? Well, I guess it can only really be one thing. Yeah, see, the whole thing's crooked. What does that mean? It's like bent in the middle? Is that what that means? I don't know what that means. Gotta have the corner piece. That's the way we line it up. Excuse me. There we go. Megan Eco, I do have Discord. I have not decided how I'm going to be using it. Right now it's only been used for chat in when people are playing Fallout 76, but I'm thinking about it, making it more public. It just won't be like right now. So it'll be at some point. Okay, so what did I do at the other places? Okay, that's what I did at the other places. So let's do something similar here. You know what? I'm not doing it like that. It's just take me forever just to, you know, do something silly like. Like that. Okay. Now, I need lights on here. And I think the best bet are those haunted house lights again. Too bad there's no like table or chairs or anything I could put out here. There we go. Let's, you know, bring this world to life. Well. Come on. Okay, here we go. We need, whoa. Oops. Hey Nahar, how you doing today? Okay, Wolfie! Oops, that's not gonna do it. What do I need? Maybe a rock. Maybe we need a rock. That's what's required here. Okay. There we go. That's something. This doesn't look so good, though. I thought I had Planet Coaster music going. I do. Okay, so... I guess my only solution here is actually to paint this problem away. Come on. Maybe not that far though, because... Oh, come on, Planet Coaster. Seriously. Heh. There's pieces of houses, pieces of windows hidden back there. Yeah. I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Oh well. A $25 case. Okay. So what happens when you get into two cases that are $25? Is all the edges? You find after you're done building a case like that your hands are all cut up because everything's all sharp and unfinished. At least that's what I've found. You know, it might not be the case, but that's what happens a lot of times with cheaper PC cases. And I will tell you, my first PC cases came with power supplies, and that's what I used. So they work. They're kind of, generally have no solid structure. If you take the sides off, they're all wobbly. But again, it's all about what you can afford, what's reasonable, you know. But yeah, there's did you get the link I sent you for the Corsair power supply instead of a EVGA? Even though I think the chances are the insides painted? That would be all I'd have to ask about the case, really. Are the insides painted? Or are they just plain bare metal? Okay. If they're painted, it's probably a better bet. But if they're just bare metal, I would avoid it. Still not to say that you're not going to get sharp edges and stuff like that, but it's less likely. Okay, where's the 2-meter walls? I sort of want them sticking out. Oh, they're separate buildings now. Yeah, that's right. we go. Ah! Oh, that really sucks. Yes, this is going to make this really difficult to line up. So much so. Oops. Oh, no, that's going to have to go too. No. No. Not at all. No. There we go. Because, yeah, that's definitely the direction. There's a problem with this building, eh? Doesn't have a door. Like at all. There's no door at all. Painted's definitely better. Yeah. Yeah. I would be much more trusting of a painted. You know, but of course cheap painting causes its own problems. Like for instance, when you're threading in the little offsets. Like basically the first thing you do when you're starting to put this together is you'll figure out where the bolts for your where the holes for the motherboard are, and you'll thread in these offsets that basically pick the motherboard up off the surface, and you'll screw those in and put your motherboard in and screw that into there. Sometimes with cheap motherboards, you know, like there's 6 of those offsets you put in. Sometimes I find it's very hard to get one of them in. Hey, Martin. And stuff like that. But again, read the reviews, see what people say. If they say good things, you're probably going to be okay. Okay, so I have thought of a name for the restaurant. It is going to be a steakhouse. I know, they only serve ham sandwiches. But, hey. There's live music. Ham sandwich, sausage and mash. Cheesy pasta. There's just nothing. I guess it can have everything. Chief beef. Oh. I guess I can change the menu. Well. I don't know. You haven't heard what happened to the last guy who was... Why is this person hungry and thirsty? They just came from a restaurant. You didn't hear about the last guy who took care of the park. His name was Pete. He went a little bit crazy. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I want to see what people are saying. It's well decorated, fancy, great food. There's nothing to choose from at Restaurant 6. It has a live band. Choose from the great food. You know? Hey, what did I tell you people about bringing... Okay. So there's nothing to choose from. Let's, change that. There you go. Pizza, burgers. You won't be here, and there's nothing to choose from okay. It's a steakhouse. It's called Pennywise's Steakhouse. Pennywise's Steakhouse? I figured that would be a name. That everybody would recognize. No sharp edges found. Good to hear. Yeah, that's basically would be my concern. Because I've run into it a lot. You know... Oh... The first... Oh, what was it? It was the first case for the first computer I built for my parents. And it was basically the worst one I've ever seen. And yeah, I had trouble on a lot of those things, but I have a toolkit that you know, basically allowed me to fix most of that. Okay, so what do I want here with Restaurant 6? We're doing okay with Restaurant 6. We want to call it Pennywise's Steakhouse. We'll make a sign later. Now, what else was I going to do while I was here? I was over here, I was going to do some stuff. That is one way to go about it. You know, really, like, there's not a lot to putting together a PC. You figure out where the holes are, you mount the motherboard. You put in you put the CPU in, you mount the cooling system. The biggest thing I say, the biggest problem is as soon as you get into the BIOS and you need to start setting the drive, the boot drive and all that stuff. That's where somebody just can't, you know, talk you through it in a YouTube video or something. It's got to come up eventually, right? Oh, it is up. Sorry. My fault. Oops. There we go. Duh. Well, I don't think this processor will have pins. So I don't think we need to worry about that. But hey, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I've bent pins. No, you don't need a jock strap. I mean a shock strap. No. Unless you're gonna run around, rub your feet against the carpet all first, and make sure you don't touch anything grounded. See, generally what I do, because yeah, the motherboard might not be the first thing you put into the case. It might be the power supply. But even if you don't put the power supply in, generally I just plug it into the wall and touch it. It's grounded, so you'll discharge any static you might have. I've never caused static damage to anything I've been building. And I've never used a grounding device or anything like that. must be spookier. Okay, so you're gonna buy the extras, I guess. And then once you get your taxes, if the government is back and working by then, you will buy the, yeah. See, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sort of torn. I've got, I don't know. I've got this case, my Air 540. Maybe I'll end up, like, I'm going to be using the power supply, I'm going to be using the drive bays, I'm going to be using like 90% of everything here. But then I'm going to have a motherboard, I'm going to have an i7 4790K, I'm going to have cooling system for it. I won't have a video card, though they're actually, I'd have to check. I might not have built-in video on my video card. On my motherboard. I might have bought a board that didn't support it. On purpose, but you know. And I don't know what I want to do with my old hardware. Yeah, there's a new Air. There's an Air 720, or there's basically a new version of the case out. It's not quite the same. It doesn't have the thing on the front. Sorry. It doesn't have the two 5.5-inch drive bays on the front, where I put my hot swap bay. The fair is coming along just fine. Oh, I already put one there. No, I haven't quite decided what's going on in the field across from the hotel. Haha. Scary Forest, it isn't my favorite. I thought they used to have like screaming and or did they take it all out? It's okay that every moving character has a gun. Rat pit. Hey Marco, what have you missed? What has Marco missed? This is all finished up and functioning. $10 an hour. Yeah. You do know how long it takes me to do stuff, eh? Lunch. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, the park's filling up. I'm even thinking I'm gonna finish the, I might finish this. Got a thing down the side to build. Put it back on it. It'll just be a house. But thing is, now I'm actually going through and starting to put other things into the park that need to be here. Ravioli with cheesy bread. Whoops. Yeah, I should probably do the same thing. But you know, my thing is I'm actually holding off till April before I do anything at all because in April my car's paid off. And that's like $670 a month. Something like that. So after April, it's like yeah, I could probably buy this in 3-4 months. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to get much back from a tax return. I already know that. I never do. They calculate my taxes pretty close to what they should be. Oops. I didn't want that. I want that. And that's the other thing in April. My vehicle's paid off. It is just such a relief. Now hopefully this one lasts more than hardly any time at all after it's paid off. It will. It's a Honda CR-V. I might get a couple bucks, but it'll be nothing substantial enough to buy anything in taxes. Oh yeah, I've never seen anything more than like $60 in the last 10 years. You know, if my living situation or my dependencies or anything like that were to drastically change within a year, then I could see that being affected. Yeah, some companies just take way too much money. But of course some people like that. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's like a big windfall at the end of the year." But I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you know, wouldn't you rather, like, you know, have it as you go?" But I guess that's not the case. No, this is where our bigger coasters are going to be fed from. Like this. Ooh, I need lighting in here. So, like... You know... That's what's gonna go on here. Hey, Raphael. Well, okay. Yeah, see, I guess I live in a country where there's loads of social services for people who just, you know, who need it. So, yeah, I guess I don't understand how people are getting, you know, okay, so when I got tax returns, I made hardly any money. I was scraping through. You know, I used to go home for lunch, at lunch. I used to walk home as fast as I could because, you know, it was a 20-minute walk. I would like bake a potato in the microwave, and I would have a baked potato with like butter and salt and pepper on it for lunch, and I would go back to work. That was like life back when I was much younger. You know. And then I used to get tax returns. Yeah, I used to get more money back because they used to take it away whether you were gonna pass that that threshold or not. And then you're like, oh, you didn't pass that threshold. Oh, here's all your money back. But you know, they gotta sort this out and start flat feeing this stuff. Well, maybe not flat feeing, but figure out a much more reasonable way to go about taxation. I'm looking for dead trees. I don't like the way this looks. The sequencer's not going to help. Maybe some rocks. Ooh, that's a big rock. Yeah, I would have to say the only time that I hurt it's when financially it's stuff I've brought on myself. Like buying computer parts instead of, you know, instead of paying my credit card. But I haven't done stupid stuff like that in years. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. $350 Lego kits. Like, who needs that? Amazon Alexa. I paid for Netflix for years and years and years, and the last thing I watched on Netflix was the second season of Stranger Things. So that's like hundreds of dollars just thrown away because I'm not using it. I've since gone and fixed that. I've canceled Netflix. Because why? No. No, I don't. I don't encourage piracy either. Not me. Actually, I don't. You know, I will say there was a day, you know, Metallica never sent me a letter. I'm surprised, though. I would have put that in a frame. But no, I used to. But you know, when you can get Spotify for like... Spotify is what, $9.99 a month? Or you can spend $13 for like a family version of Spotify. There's no need anymore. The problem, of course, is artists are getting robbed. That's the big problem. And Napster. Sorry. Amateur. Sorry. Yeah, for a very short period of time. But most of what I did when it came to stuff like that was news groups. Not Napster. News groups, basically, you had sites that basically... See, what a news group was a binary news article that was so big. And if you took a bunch of them and, say, put the pieces of a zip file in each of the pieces and then created an archive that described where those pieces were, yeah, radio's free. But you know, I can't find a radio station. No radio station around here plays Slipknot. And, you know, I don't just listen to Slipknot and Slayer and, you know, stuff like that. I listen to tons of different things. So I find radio stations are lacking in diversity. They only play one genre. Pop. And, you know, don't get me wrong. There's some pop music I like. Yeah, I had that. When I got my vehicle, I got a, like 3 months free. And it's like, it's awful. Like for $9.99, I've got Spotify. I was gonna go, well, I am going to play, more Bane. Well, yeah, see, that's it. You know, with Spotify, I can, you know, be listening to... I can't even think of, like, an example. But I can be listening to you know, let me just look at my library. I'm afraid that it'll change anything here, though. I'll be like, oh, you want to play Slipknot to blah, blah, blah. Oh, I know what I can do. Like, I can go from Slipknot to an old Motley Crue song, believe it or not, Lamb of God, old Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, the Beatles, Chili Peppers. You know, this can all happen within 15 songs, you know, and that's something you don't get anywhere unless you build the playlist yourself. And I've never had all the music in order to build a playlist, so that's why Spotify to me is like, it's the thing. Okay, Wolfie, what time is it here? Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock. See you next time. The good thing I find is it creates these like 5 based on what you listen to playlists as well, which seem to be somewhat genrefied, so that, you know, like, oh, okay, here's all the old classic rock and stuff like, of course, you know, there's bad stuff in there, but the things I want to listen to George Harrison for some reason. I just can't stand George Harrison, and no matter how many times I remove it and like skip it, it's like, oh, you want to listen to George Harrison? Here's another George Harrison song. And I'm like, I don't like this, you know. But it doesn't seem to mind that I listen to, like, such a huge range. Just because I listen to some pop music doesn't override my list and replace it with a bunch of pop music. Which is not what I want, because I listen to very specific things. Hey, Doug. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I was over here somewhere. Okay, later, Wolfie. So, Martin, I like. So I'm failing to. Do you have like a factory built PC, like something like an HP or a Dell or something like that, or is it? something made with real components. Or I guess you know what you need. Yeah, you probably know what you need. Never mind. I never know what people know. You know what I mean? I think you already have inside knowledge of what's required. Yeah. Yeah, I guess a computer capable of gaming and a gaming computer, I guess you could differentiate those two, definitely. Where right now, yeah, I have a gaming computer here. Where out there, I have a computer capable of gaming. Well, maybe not even. It just has onboard video. All these people have just run into each other. Oh, there we go. They finally passed through each other. Okay, I'm gonna say that's turning out pretty good. Let's move over. Nope, let's not move over there. Let's move over here for a minute. Damn, I'm gonna have to put lights in this thing, you know. This is not gonna look very good with it like a dead hotel. Or maybe it should be just all black and dark. No lights around it at all. I don't know. Okay, so I have a big question that I need answered. I need to answer myself, basically. I need to know what I'm putting in here. Okay. I really wish... You know, I don't understand. Are you going to use my computer or are you not going to use my computer? It's like if I under... Don't get me wrong. Okay, get me wrong. Whatever the case may be. But this is translation. This is where we translate 3D objects around the world. That's what my video card is for. Why is it when it's stuttering like a... Sorry, I'm freaking out again. Hey, Pinback. Why is it when it's stuttering like that it is only running my video card at like 60%? I don't get it. You should be running it at like 100%. Not really angry. It's an artificial angriness. Okay. So we can't really have a big thing like this filling up this whole section here. We've got one here, we've got one here. We sort of have bits of it like up in here and here, so I don't want to just fill it in with forest. People have suggested water. Well, water would... Like, I could definitely have some water over one side here. But I do sort of want something over here. And I just don't know what it is. Okay. Well... The only reason I'm coloring it, I'm painting it, is so that I know what's been done. Okay, we'll need to put water in here. It's not going to let me, of course, you know. Because... path. Yeah. It wants to be a pain in the butt, is what it wants to be. So I'm going to have to... oh, it's going to be painful. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. See what I mean? All of this can just go away in a moment's notice, without a moment's notice. Okay, I'm going to try to bring this up to here. Push this down a bit. Oh yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I should be able to flood the whole map and it shouldn't care. Could you imagine what you could build if you could make an underwater world? Where you could build like glass tubes that all the people walked through. And they went to the rides and the rides were under, you know, but no. It would be too unrealistic for them. I also wish you could, like... Oh, you can now. Okay, that's good. You always had to let go of the mouse button to click control. Change direction of the thing. Now you don't need to. You can do it in mid. Yeah. Press the wrong button. That'll do it. Every time. Okay, so I'm gonna build somewhat of a like a railing across this one side. Maybe some rocks down the hey Nick. Some rocks down here across this area. Yeah. Yeah, let's put rocks in. And we'll put some lighting, really nice lighting around this side of the lake. And maybe some, make a fishing place. I already have a fishing place. You didn't see my fishing place? Is this my fishing place? Oh no, this is my fishing place. Huh? Sorry. Distracted. Yeah, I guess we could fill this stuff up with forest and have something weird or strange on this side of the shore. Definitely do that. Whoops. Seriously. I pressed the button when it was up here, and it took so long for it to process. It's funny, it puts it on top of the water too, eh? I don't know why that's a thing. Was that always a thing? Did it always put it on top of the water? Okay, Death Bruce, we'll see you later today. Makes me think of building a pile of coal. Excuse me. It's snowing. It's too freaking cold to snow here. I shouldn't say that. It'll snow. You know, it was like minus 30 last night. Minus freaking 30. First snow of the year. No. Okay, Meganico, we'll see you next time. More Planet Coaster tomorrow morning, of course. I think I'll be playing that other game, Vane, this evening. If you want to join us for that. Not, have a good evening, and we'll see you soon. What? How? What could I possibly have pressed in order to bring this up, close everything I was doing? To the point where it won't let me choose anything anymore. Oh, it won't let me choose that. Well, that's weird. Whoa, weird. That is bizarre. They just won't let me choose any of those things. I give up. Again, I still can't choose the rocks. The rocks are like off limits from now on. That is just so unbelievably stupid. Why? It's because they're underwater? Yeah, it's because they're underwater. What have they done to this game? What have they done? Seriously, what have they done? I cannot choose anything that's underwater. If it's over water, I'm fine. If it's underwater, I can't choose it from above the water. Boy, since when is water a barrier? But this is seriously what's going on. Okay. I can't imagine how... Just think. 2 years from now. It's going to be impossible to play this the way they're going. Impossible. So if I'm underwater... I can choose stuff above the water. What? That's freaking stupid. That is totally stupid. Multi-select, no problem. Click on anything you want. Underwater, over the water. Did they do that by accident? I really, really, really hope they did that by accident. That had to be an accident. They'll fix that. Because that's just absolutely ridiculous. They're just joking with us. That's what's happening here. They're all having a good laugh right now, knowing that they're going to fix it. Just to see what our reaction would be. That's definitely what's going on. Because they couldn't have done that in all seriousness. Like, some meeting one day is like, okay, we need to stop people from selecting stuff under the water. Okay, Wolfie. See you later. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call this. Well, you know what? The problem I'm just running into, of course, now is, hey, guess what? I want to do some stuff under the water. And now I'm thinking, why the hell would I do stuff under the water? They obviously don't want me to do stuff under the water because they're stopping me from doing it. You know, so I want to come along and, you know, do some stuff under the water. Oh, I did it wrong. I need to change that. Oh. Gotta go under the water to choose it. Still can't choose it. And that just seems really, 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 really ridiculous. Oh, I don't want that there. Hey, Demuth Prasanna, welcome to the stream. Hey, John, welcome to the stream. Streaming. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me at all. We're going to have to figure that out. Because there's got to be a way. I can't say that it's okay what this is doing right now. But I don't want to go on too much of a rant. I'm playing Vane later. I don't know if it'll be finished today. Probably not. It'll probably be 2 more streams. But that's what I will be playing. Okay, see you later, Wolfie. Thanks for joining us. Okay, can we not, like, pop that up? Can I? It still won't let me choose anything. I'm just getting frustrated now. Oh, come on. What? Is it my fault for running this on a potato? No, it's not my fault. It's only using sorry, it's using 60% of my GPU, and yet every time I go to do any translation of where anything is, it stutters and chokes and sputters, and I'm like, there's no reason for that. It's bad. There's 2 Titans in this machine. And it still runs like I'm running it on a potato. Like, I do realize, yes, I'm not building the normal world that people build. There's probably way more stuff in here than normal. But, see? It just stops. It's like, And again, it stops. Didn't even move a half a millimeter. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I have to do all this translation work. Why don't you just wait the... You know. It's obviously me. It's something I'm doing wrong. Just like waiting for this menu for 10 seconds. Or forever. Let's try it again. Waiting. No wonder I've spent like 1,400 hours in here. How many 10 seconds is that? That's how many times I've opened the menu. Okay, I want to, sorry, pick up some of this terrain across here. Away from the path. And then I want to take some of this terrain and push it in from this side. You know, so it's not 100% even. There's some variation. Push some out here. Because I'm not going to have lake everywhere. I'm going to put some forest and some other not lake over here. Yeah, that's 100%, sure. Sure. When it says 100%, it means like apply all of it instantly, not 100%. Why? Why do I 1, 2? Like seriously, what is this even for? I'm starting to get frustrated with Planet Coaster lately. And I do think it's because I think the only reason is because of those menus. Oh, look at that. That was 100%. Yeah, I think it's mainly because of the menus. They're really, like we're waiting for one right now. They're really getting bad, and it's almost to the point that it's making the whole experience a frustrating one. What do I want to do? So yeah, I'm really hoping that when I upgrade my computer, I'm not experiencing this anymore, or I'm going to be horribly disappointed. To spend like $2,000 on upgrades and to be experiencing the exact same thing. Could you imagine? That would really prove something, you know. Like my GPU is running at 13% right now. And I'm sorry, but it's also doing the video encoding. So like you're not using it, game. You're not using it to any of its potential. I don't need an FPS increase. My general frame increase is fine. What I don't need is it failing in translation and leave the screen sitting there solid, not moving for seconds at a time, sometimes over a second. which is, in computer time, is like a millennia. But that's what I'd like them to solve. Stop this thing from stuttering. Especially, like I say, you know. And again, I'm not changing my video card, so I don't know how much difference it's going to make. All I'm changing is my CPU, my RAM, my motherboard, and my hard drive. Well, and you know, I know the hard drive's not going to make any difference. Though the hard drive is probably going to be the fastest, the biggest upgrade. Going from just a regular SSD to an M2 drive. I don't think it's going to be as substantial as, well, I don't think I'm going to notice a huge difference on the CPU myself, but games might benefit from it a bit. But it sure isn't going to be able to fix not being able to select things through the surface of the water. Really? Really? Somehow in that whole thing, I unselected the thing I wanted to, because Planet Coaster is being so stuttery. Like, oh. It's pathetic. It truly is. Like I say, I know if I was playing this on something less than what I'm playing it on, I would be able to admit the problem. But there's no reason in the world that this should be the most intense game I play. And it is. This, between this and Subnautica, it's insane. And I play, you know, no, I was going to say Fallout, but that shouldn't count. I play a lot of games that should be a lot more visually intense than this. Okay, I don't know about all that. Gonna have to wait and see. But I feel as though I accomplished quite a bit today. You know, we got all this sort of decorated up, all the trim done, all the edging, the lights. We went around this whole area from here, getting in the background sounds, fixing up some stuff, adding some spooky. I didn't really get far. I got to about here. And there's a lot more spooky to go in here. I also feel as though I need some, like, arches to walk through in places for some reason. Just to close things off, to make it feel... I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it's turning out. There's obviously a lot that needs to be done along the sides. And that's going to look so much better with lighting. So, we know what the other lots of stuff to do is going to be. Well, yeah, I don't know. But like I said, gonna leave it here. I'm, like I said earlier, expecting to play Vane. And I hope to see everybody later then. I don't know, probably about 3-4 hours. I'll be back. So until then, I'm GameFace. This was Planet Coaster. If you liked it, click the button and don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time.